Hello, my name is Paulina and I study English almost every day with Outcomes Advanced. Welcome aboard. We continue working with Unit 2 today and with listening and vocabulary as well. Plus, we'll go through some grammar rules to remind ourselves of would. Okay. First of all, how are you? How are you, girls and boys? I'm fine. With everything that can be behind this. Okay, I'm fine. But yeah, it's extremely hot in Samara now, like 30. I think it's 40 in the sun, really, and it's absolutely tough to be inside. So I have a fan on all the time, non-stop. So it's terrible actually. It's pretty difficult for me to keep concentration and to stick to the things I do during the day. And the most difficult thing is to eat in such a heat, but I have to eat as far as I have a special diet where I count the calories and the constituencies that come to, you see, so I count the things, okay? And it's particular things that I eat, so but I can't. I just simply can't. I don't want to. I'm not hungry at all the time, almost. But I drink lots of water. Maybe it's just a period to relax, yeah, and maybe even not to eat. So if I don't want to. What do you think? How do you feel in such a heat? Do you have a heat now? Are you experiencing hot weather? Okay. Just wanted to ask you, okay, just curious. All right. So we coming back to our things, and first of all, though there were just 7 words, let's revise vocabulary. Okay, new words from note. Okay, I'm gonna share the page. Sorry, publish. Copy of just because it's untitled. Okay, I've just created it. Just a sec then. Okay, done. Sorry. Okay. Here QR code for you. Here is the page. So when the situation happens, when it comes down to it. Make someone feel better, comfort someone. Something I don't want to do anymore with my boyfriend, actually. We're going through a really difficult patch, not a bit at all. Sorry, a person of, actually, right before the lesson, I recorded almost 15, but less, like 12 minutes video where I told you everything that I'm going through right now. And I was even crying from time to time. And finally, I started rewatching it, and no, I considered it cringe. Okay, that's why I won't. I downloaded, of course, but now I'm better. So maybe it works like if as if I went to see the psychologist. So 10 minutes of confiding to you without actually confiding, yeah, because you won't see it anyway. Sorry. A person, often a child who is difficult to control, a bit of a handful. Help someone. I don't know, get back on your good and healthy life. Go on your straight and narrow. Go back on the straight and narrow. To tell something secret or personal, confide to. Okay, speak angrily to somebody because they have done something wrong. Tell somebody off. And come to someone's aid, of course. Okay. Nothing really special, right? Great, good job, thank you. Alrighty, then we proceed to the next part, which is actually grammar. All right. So would is for today. I'm pretty sure that you are all aware of what would is, right? but it is still, yeah. Would has many different uses. This, that, and those. Okay, these are its uses. So you can pause the recording, read it. I think no problem with that, right? Let's practice. Let's see what they have here, because a bit later we'll have some new vocabulary, even more. Okay. So match each sentence from the listening to a sentence that has the same meaning of would. I didn't do it before, so sorry if I am slow a bit. I probably would have stayed with him if he'd apologized. Would have stayed if he'd apologized. The same meaning of would. Okay. Would be, no, wouldn't say. Maybe I just don't understand the task. Let's try another one. When he was a toddler, I do the childcare. Okay, when we're speaking about past habits, right? Would like this, past events, right? I knew it would come to no good, but you can't really interfere, can you? I knew it would. It's just I don't remember. So it's like a reported speech and positive, yeah, positive when we make the same sentence, which is in the main part, we make it in the positive part. They said it would be miserable. I think it's the same meaning. Okay, let me change the color. Right? Yeah, maybe I just didn't get the first one. If they'd interview, oh, sorry. I remember once I asked him to change desks and he just wouldn't. Just refused point blank. Again, it's just a past action. I'm sorry. No, I was wrong here. Here with this one. Black one. When he was a toddler, he'd do. If they'd, I don't know, like this. Before the anger management classes, he'd often get into unnecessary confrontations. This one, yeah, he would often get, again, past habit. And here it's just a past action. I remember once he just wouldn't. So it's the same if wouldn't start, yeah, like this. He should obviously be punished, but after all, I'd still give him another chance. So maybe it's about the fact that I wouldn't say it's a disaster, just a slight setback. Red one. I would say he has a stubborn streak and he's been prone to adverse and answering back. I would say, yeah. Okay, again, I have a mistake here. I would say, I wouldn't say, yeah, it's obvious here, right? Obvious, but not that obvious. All right. He should obviously be punished. I'd consider maybe taking it through a therapist. Yep. And what about this? If they'd intervene, this okay, if situation, if case. All right then. Right? Maybe we can check it. So what do we have here? What do we have? It's like one D, two E, right? Three yellow C, four blue, sorry, green B, and five blue A. Finally, six. Six. What's the color of the six? Green. Red. F. Sorry. Let's see. By the way, I forgot to tell you, I didn't do my homework because of the heat and because of the issues I have at home. So I just simply can't. So, answered, made past, blah, 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 would, grammar. Here we go. 1D, 2. Are we right? Are we right? 1D, 2E, 3C, 4B, AF. Oh, great, great, great. Okay, maybe, well, no. Shall I explain this thing to you or not? Okay, if you do have questions, text in the comment section below. I will be ready to answer it. Okay, but now it's clear to me, as far as this channel is dedicated to my learning process, I won't explain anything. Next one. Fantastic, actually. Yeah, fantastic. What's the aim of having this channel? To discipline myself. Actually, this was the aim. This was the goal. I should try at least to improve my skills, speaking skills in particular. And to do it, so filming is one of the most efficient ways, I think, as far as I am responsible for the auditory, 45 people. Okay, again, never mind. It's just some rumbling again. I'm prone to rumbling from time to time. Use structures and phrases with would to write sentences about the story of Toby. Think about what you'd say his childhood was like, what he and his parents would do, and how they got on. Why you'd say different people have the opinions they do. Why you think he was arrested. I'm sorry, and how it would have been different in other circumstances. What you'd imagine how would happen to Toby now. What you would advise him and the people he knows to do. Okay, I'd say he had a difficult childhood because his parents would argue a lot and they wouldn't spend a lot of time with him. I wouldn't have thought Toby still likes his girlfriend. Okay, what would you say his childhood was like? As it is already said here, right? I'd say he had a difficult blah, blah, blah. Why you'd say different people have the opinions they do? All right. I'd say his coach has such an opinion as far as he's judging from the fact that he was very, how to say, he wasn't a bit of a handful at his at the trainings. He did everything he was asked of. Okay, as far as this is off here. And I also think that I'd say that the fact that Toby confided to the coach about some difficulties he had at home, it added to his image of sensitive person, right? Who is hurt, who is being like, who's just being in bad conditions, right? So that's why. And for him, it was just a setback. I'd say because coach is used to his boys being prone to outbursts at the pitch or at the field. I'm sorry, at the pitch, yeah, having all disputes on the pitch. It's fine in terms of the game. That's why. Nothing really special for him. If we're speaking of his grandma, again, no surprise to her, and I'd say that Toby would always be a bit of a handful, and he would always have some quarrels with his grandma, right? Because she tried to instill a bit of a discipline into him. And I'd say that grandma saw more than others because she could see from the side, right? From the outer position of mixed messages he got. I mean, Toby, yeah. And I'd say that no surprise that after having this mixed messages, he ended up in such a trouble. Okay. Next was his teacher, class teacher. So, what was that? Okay, so I would say that for this teacher, she judges from his it's so difficult to concentrate. I'm so sorry. So, as for his teacher, she judges from the let's see. I even forgot this in my own language. Reputation, okay? His reputation of a bright lad. But she would say he has a stubborn streak and he has been prone to outbursts all the time and answering back. And that's why it's also no surprise to her. So that he ended up in this kind of trouble. So next person is the doctor. Okay, actually, I can't see any opinion towards his personality from the doctor, right? Just because he wasn't in contact, yeah, with him only in terms of like relationships between the doctor and his patient. And finally, his ex-girlfriends. So I'm sorry. So I would say, I'd say that he would like cancel their meetings because his coach had said something like come to the training and so on. And I'd say that she just got sick of it, right? She didn't want anymore to keep going. It dragged her down, right? Okay, what's the next question? So tough today. I hope my English is not that bad. Why you'd say different people? Okay, why you think he was arrested and how it would have been different in other circumstances? Which circumstances? Which circumstance? Okay. Why you think he was arrested? I think he was arrested because he was prone to outbursts and answering back. He had a stubborn streak and never willing to back down. He always had something to reply to his opponent. And of course, hormones that he is experiencing, I mean, the rise of hormones or these harmonic changes that he is going through is a real difficult patch. And it's a bit of a pain for him. That's why he's been a bit of a handful, of course. And all these things plus hormones have made him like a bomb that will anytime, anyway, devastate someone, okay? Himself at first. So that's what happened. And he was arrested in particular. Why would people be arrested? Because they conducted themselves inappropriately in public, right? On air, in public eye. That's why. Maybe he hates someone because he was jealous, or because his ex-girlfriend had said something, or because he had seen them, because he saw her with some other guy or something like this. Ooh, what you'd imagine? What you'd imagine hope would happen to Toby now? I don't hope for him for anything, absolutely. So, what I would imagine. As far as he's not adolescent, is this sort of combination? Adult. What is adolescent? Okay, as far as he's not adult, he won't be punished that hard. I think it's a kind of an administrative law break. This is like offense. Okay, it's a kind of just administrative offense. Maybe his parents will be defined, would be defined, yeah. But that's it. Okay. What about Toby? Maybe he'd go through some psychologists and some therapists. Yeah, maybe they would help him. What you would advise him and the people he knows to do? Okay, it's a good question, but as far as I'm not a parent, neither I am a teacher. I mean, at school, so I don't work with children, and maybe I'll give a wrong answer here. But as I see it, the only thing that can be done with teenagers is talking. So talking, explaining the same things all the time. Also, establishing clearly defined, setting boundaries and clearly defined roles, establishing clearly defined roles, and never backing down, sticking to your guns all the time when explaining something that this is correct, this is not correct, this is wrong, this can't be, you can't do this or that, and never backing down on that. And of course, being an example to your kids of what is good. So sticking to your words afterwards. Of course, yeah, this is crucial. Otherwise, you're not even a loser. You're something like swear word, okay? I won't tell it here. But this is what I think. So only a personal example plus talking, explaining, and being just a second. Consistent. Oh, this is one. This is nice one. Being consistent in what you're saying. Okay. I would advise these things. Finally. I'm already so tired. And I'm going to have a lesson after this one. Okay. It's my job. It's relationships again. It would be part 6 already, because here we have like yeah, we have here outcomes advanced blah 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 part 5, and now we're gonna have part 6. Let's see what we have. Work in pairs. For each sentence below, decide what relationship in exercise 1 you think is being talked about. If you think the relationship is good or bad and why, again, yeah. If you could say this about any relationships you know. Okay, they are going through a bit of a rough patch and have talked about splitting up. I think it's about Toby's parents, and the person that told us about this, it was his coach. It was the third, yeah, the third speaker. So sorry, not that. So it's number 3. If you think the relationship is good or bad, between whom? Between his coach? No, which relationship between parents? If they're going through a bit of a rough patch, it means their relationship is bad because they have some misunderstandings and maybe just different views on life, and just maybe they are prone to outbursts, answering back, never backing down. Yeah, right. If you could say this about any relationships, this is this is a thing that is happening in my relationships when I am now choosing. First of all, I'm watching what my boyfriend is gonna do now after I proclaimed what I want to have instead, what I'm having now, and I'm gonna choose whether I'm gonna stay with him or not, and I haven't decided yet on the period of time I can give to him yet. Actually, but I must admit, I can't believe it's possible. I can't believe it. We'll see. So I keep an eye on her as she's quite frail and has no relatives nearby. Which relations? On her. You think it's been talked about? Maybe it's about the first one. So just because his grandma just can keep an eye on him, but it means the relationship is neither good nor bad. It's just okay, just fine. But maybe bad. Yeah, it's more bad. It has more negative shade and color. If you keep an eye on someone, it means he's going through a difficult patch again. Yeah, and he has some troubles and he needs assistance, right? You keep an eye on him, but you can't interfere. That's why I said that it's like relationships between his grandma, Toby's grandma, and him. Could say, and now I'm keeping my eye on my boyfriend, as I've already told you, to check whether he will mess things up again and drag me down, or we will pitch things up. As a teenager, she really sparked my interest in science. What relationship in exercise 1? Which exercise, huh? This one. Oh, I'm sorry, we're not speaking. Okay, we're not speaking about Toby in particular. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. It's live. It's okay. Yeah. And then here we go. Okay. As a teenager, she really sparked my interest in science. Maybe it's between teacher and pupil. Yes, of course. Yeah. Just because all my students, absolutely all my students, the answer they give me to the question, what was your favorite subject at school? Everyone would always say this or that, and the reason why, because of the teacher. It's the only one question that has 100% same answer. Absolutely, all the time. It always depends on the teacher. Insane, right? The same I can say about my lessons, really. So, why I have started saying this? Just because sparking interest in the subject is the goal and target and final aim of every teacher, right? to spark the interest and keep it the same way all the time. No, present. No, I'm sorry. It's their stride. Yeah. And if you could say this about in relationships, yeah, I have already told you. So at my school, there were so many wonderful teachers. I had so many wonderful teachers that I loved studying. Really, I loved doing my homework. My interest was sparked in many different areas, which I think says a lot about teachers. So we will stop now as far as this is the end of our lesson. I mean, we're out of time. Time is up. Hand in your papers. So I wish you a good day and I wish you a great weekend. No matter what is happening, no matter what the weather is, you have yourself and this is great. And you have your life. You see, Paulina? Do you hear yourself? Okay. Have a nice day. Goodbye.